If you have clicked on this video, then you already know what Article 13 is, what it's about, and probably know more about it than I do. And we all know why we are here as well. The EU just passed the Article 13 resolution. It is now confirmed that the leaders of the EU don't care about the people they represent because they willfully ignored the public and made it painfully clear that they are doing this in the interest of corporations who want to control copyright content, force the internet to concede to their ways, and will not let it be the most beautiful piece of freedom and liberty that the world will ever know. Now, let me read a comment made by a Reddit user by the name Mawabi about Article 13 that perfectly describes the ineptitude of this resolution. It's not a question of whether or not Google and Facebook chose to do it in an appropriate way, or if someone else will come in to sweep the market. We're facing fundamental limitations of what computer science knows how to do. I do research in CS at a university with a very strong machine learning/AI group. And though it's not what I work on personally, the consensus I've heard among people I've discussed it with here is that the field isn't at the point of being able to handle copyright detection without a huge false positive/negative rate. The EU has mandated that content hosts implement a technology that does not exist. Even worse, there are questions of whether or not robust solutions to this problem could exist with enough efficiency to be deployed at the scale of something as large as YouTube without significant advances in hardware. As far as inspiring competition, you are ignoring the very real barriers to starting up a video service. Hosting video content is expensive, and it's only profitable for tech giants because of the very deep integration with advertising services. An unheard competitor will not have the reputation or existing user base that allows them to make contracts with advertisers, so they will be footing the bill themselves. Not to mention that they still have to solve the unsolved problem of accurately filtering content.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
This whole proposal is being upheld by weak men, weak leaders, and spineless worms. That is the fate of the EU now, and there is no reversing it. It is now clear that the EU has lost its initial purpose, and it can no longer continue in a course beneficial to its people. In light of these events, I personally call for the dissolvement of the EU immediately and for the nations of Europe to be what they've always been constrained to do, and that is to be nations in service to its people. The world will not miss the EU, and the internet will remain to be free. Edward Kenway, what are your final words of wisdom?
You would see all of mankind corralled into a neatly furnished prison, safe and sober, yet dulled beyond reason and sapped of all spirit.